I'd like to call to order the Tuesday, February 4th Board of Public Works and Utilities. We'll start with the roll call. Mayor Smith,
Here.
Alder Stevens,
Present.
Jared Holter,
Here.
Sabrina Steger,
Here.
and myself, Stephen Knott. I am present. Also in the chambers right now, we have Larry Jurassic. Are there any of the elected officials online?
Alder Wolf.
And Alder Wolf is also dialed in. Okay. Next, we will do consideration and action on minutes from the previous meeting.
That we approve the minutes from the previous meeting?
Second.
Motion to approve by Dan Stevens and seconded by Mayor Smith. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Next is public input. Anyone wishing to provide a public input will be limited to 3 minutes. If you provide public input, please provide your name and your address. First call for public input. Second call for public input. Anybody dialed in? Third and final call for public input. Public input is closed. Item number 4, the 2025 Cemetery Columbarium Project bids received. You should have an additional sheet of paper in front of you. Jared.
Yes, we did hand out tonight the bid tabulation for the bid opening for the Cemetery Columbarium project. Kevin completed this design in January, sent it out for bid. We did have 4 bidders today, which was a good bidding environment for the project. We did open the low apparent bid of Fowler and Hammer, and we are recommending awarding that with the bid alternate for a total of $326,166.27. We did have $390,000 budgeted, but we are looking at approximately $40,000 of other costs for grading, irrigation, paving the rest of Hickory Street, and some construction staking for the project. That would leave us a $25,000 contingency for the project, and staff feels comfortable with those numbers. That is a very good bid we received today.
Could you briefly describe what the alternate number 1 is?
Alternate number 1 is for paving inside the cemetery, so it would be paving the east-west street that is not paved. It's not even gravel right now, it's grass. So that would be where we're selling graves, it'd be the next southernmost street.
Okay.
I
Well,
move
let's get a motion and then we'll discuss.
I move that we award the bid to Fowler and Hammer, the base bid plus the base bid alternate 1 for a total amount of $326,166.27.
I'll second.
A motion to approve the Fowler and Hammer bid with alternate 1 made by Mayor Smith, seconded by Sabrina Steger. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 5, fiber optic cable installation to well number 9 from Onalaska High School. Jared.
Thank you. In your packet tonight, we do have a map that is on page 6 of your packet and then also on page 7. Currently, the city does have the fiber infrastructure connecting all of their buildings, main buildings, such as the Public Works Facility, Omni Center, pool, City Hall, Park Shop, libraries, a lot of those buildings. This would extend the fiber optic cable from the high school over to well number 9. The impetus for this project is that the school district is going to build a maintenance facility in the area behind well number 9, so they need to have fiber connection over to that building. So basically, we're splitting the cost. Our city cost would be $56,571. If you remember, we did have this in the capital improvements budget for $86,000 for the last 2 years, and it's been bumped out. This is a great partnership to move this forward. We would save approximately $1,500 a year for the internet connection that we have to that building currently, because then it would be part of our city system. It would also allow us to install security cameras on that building that could be piped into the city system. So Joe is here if you got any particular questions, but I think this is a really good project to get done and get off the books. And we are proposing to use some capital improvements water fund balance to pay for this project.
I move that we approve the fiber optic cable installation at a cost not to exceed $56,571.71 to well number 9 from the Onalaska High School.
I'll second. Okay, so motion to approve by Mayor Smith, seconded by myself. Discussion. Okay, so yeah, this isn't going to be a cost savings at $1,500 a year, but obviously it'll be a significant upgrade. I mean, technology moves forward. We need to keep with it in my mind.
Correct. The further we get the system, the better it is in the city. We got more opportunities to connect in other. Long term, this would also help us connecting into the wind system, which could lower some other costs if we do another project. So it's incrementally, we're getting better fiber network throughout the city.
More flexibility, better capability. Yeah, got it. Any other discussion, comments? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 6, 2025 bucket truck builds bids received.
In your packet tonight on page 11, we do have bid tabulation from the bucket truck bid opening. We are purchasing the cab and chassis on the state bid that will be shipped to the supplier to upfit it with the various equipment that we are proposing to put on that truck. Both bids were very comparable, the Alltech Industries and the Versalift brand. We did score them. The Alltech was 1,170 points and the Versalift was 1,190. Very close, very few deductions for cost or not meeting the specifications. Staff is recommending the Versalift after we went through it. Part of the reason is it is a better window and hood guard. It is more expensive to add that item, but we feel that we'll have this vehicle for 20+ years and that will really help protect the vehicle. We can get a little longer warranty, and it does have a longer boom with a cost that we can go from 47 to 52 feet. So we are recommending the Versalift with the options as shown in yellow with the painting of the cabin chassis for $180,075. Once you get the cabin chassis add-on for about $60,000, we're at about $240,000. We had $253,000 to budgeted, I think it was. So we are under the budgeted amount.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Sabrina. Discussion. Dan?
So the difference is just under $30,000 between the two, and that seems like that's substantial. Like what are we losing in value that we're gonna spend the extra? I mean, a
So,
lot of taxpayer dollars
Yep.
for two things that bid out relatively close.
well, the base bid, if you look in the left-hand column, the base bid was actually very close. Part of it is the window and hood guards. That was $11,000 difference, and that's one of the options we are wanting to move forward with. So that option alone is hopefully going to save the truck over the long haul because we do a lot of overhead cutting of urban forestry work. So that's the reason we want that. It does include an extra year warranty for $3,000. So that's part of the cost there. And then the extra boom was $7,000. Alltech did not offer the boom length. So the extra boom length for $7,000 gives us an extra 5 foot of boom length, which will, believe it or not, will actually help with the Christmas tree when we're putting it up because that's at the maximum reach of the unit. And then just, when we're trimming trees and taking down trees, the further up we can get, the better it is. So just those options there are about 20,000 of the difference or better right there.
So the Alltech does not have the
That doesn't
window
have
and the hood guard, and its boom is shorter and
they do not offer extended boom. They only would give us a 1 year plus 1 year warranty where we're going to get a 1 year plus 2 year for 3 year warranty. They do not, the window and hood guards they bid for $1,200 was basically a headache rack in the back of the truck, which, it just basically protects the back window. There was no covering over the hood or the windshield. And that's a huge cost. We talked about that internally, but we really feel, it only take one time to drop something, and have it fall on it. it would be protecting it. So with all those options, and then some of the tool trays that we're actually going to get are more expensive, but they are built for carrying such things as our pole saws, if you would. Staff's been out this week trimming trees, so they carry the pole saws. Actually, that's the length of the truck, so they can put the pole saws in. So there are a variety of, I think we're getting value out of the $30,000 that we are doing.
All right, so it's not an apples to apples.
Correct. I think the apples to apples is actually the base unit. The base unit was pretty apples to apples, the base unit price.
And what's the, how long would you anticipate the service to the city?
This truck will last, I would say, 20 years. We've had our used one we bought that was 15 years old when we bought it for 10. It's on its last leg, but that's a 25-year-old truck. So the way we take care of equipment, if you look at our shop and you look at how we take care of equipment with our staff, I am almost positive we'll get 20 years out of this truck, if not longer.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I know that, in the time I've been here anyway, it's, been historically that the staff has been very conscious stewards of the dollars of the city, and that's exceedingly rare that they recommend anything other than the lowest bid. And when they do, they usually have very good cause for it. So I'm comfortable with this.
I still think we have a fiduciary responsibility to
Mm.
discuss this.
Oh, I'm not arguing that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
I
Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 7, well, number 8, cleaning and inspection.
So in your packet tonight, I have included on page 13, 13 and 14, the paperwork that came back from Municipal Well and Pump. They did pull well number 8. Speaking of fiduciary responsibilities, we brought this forward to the Board of Public Works, and originally the work was going to be $20,000, and I stated it was probably going to most likely have another $10,000 to $20,000 worth of work beyond that. Once we got the well off, we found a few things, and we are moving forward with $59,240 worth of work. Main things that are in there is, if you look at the pictures and you look at the pump bowl that actually goes down into the well in the screen area, it's thinned out, got holes, it's shot. That's a $17,200 item. And then once they got the motor off, it was brand new in 2006, hasn't been pulled and hasn't went to get worked on. So we had that done at the same time. That was another $6,000. So by the time you add up all the items, it's $59,000. Everything is within what we would expect for these costs. So we have authorized the contractor to order the bowl assembly and the column pipe and the various items. So we are moving forward with it, but I want to bring it forward just so we had a discussion on what happened at the well.
Do you still want an approval?
It wouldn't hurt. It'd be good to get approval.
I move to approve the well cleaning and inspection for well number 8 with municipal well and pump, $59,240.
Second,
Motion to approve by Mayor Smith, seconded by Alder Stevens. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We're on item number 8, pay estimates. You have 6 items.
The 6 that are in the packet tonight.
Yeah.
I move to approve the 6 pay estimates listed on as number 8 in our packet this evening.
Second.
Motion to approve by Mayor Smith, seconded by Sabrina Steger. Discussion. All those in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. That concludes the Public Works portion of the agenda. Moving on to utilities. Item number 9 says there is no report, which brings us to number 10, adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second. Motion to adjourn by Mayor Smith, seconded by myself. Discussion. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We are adjourned. The time is 4:15.